is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here. We're finally here to talk about the awesome sauce of Hunter x Hunter chapter 367, titled Synchronization. But what it should be titled is Professional Actors, because these guys killed it, man. Specifically Oito and Bill, man. Specifically Oito and Bill. They killed it, son. They killed it. But before we get into that, guys, before we get into anything else, I just want to tell you guys why there was no live reaction this week, and I greatly do apologize for this video being out this late. This past week, I took a little semi-vacation, and I was away from my house up until Sunday night. So that's why I was not able to do a live reaction this week. I was thinking about it. I was like, man, should I just read it now or should I just live react to it? And after I read One Piece, I said, I gotta read Hunter x Hunter too, man. So I read Hunter x Hunter, and it's been, I've read it a couple times. I read it around 2 or 3 times with the MS translation, and then I read it around 2 times with the Viz translation. So we definitely read and gone through this chapter a couple times in order to get ready for this video, man. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let me go ahead and go to the first page of the chapter. But you know, honestly, when it comes to this week's chapter, man, you can sum it up with Queen Oito and Bill's acting skills, man. But before I get into that, I want to talk about the roach, bro, because you know, whenever I see this roach, it reminds me of my job and how dangerous an ability like this would be, like especially like for me, like working in a restaurant where the one side of a roach, man, and people are going insane, right? I mean, look, just think about it yourself, bro. Whenever you go into a restaurant and you see a roach, man, you think that place is disgusting. So as of late, in terms of like the surrounding area and how disgusting it is, like from building to building, especially like where I work at, man, like on the outside, bro, you can see a couple of these monsters, and it just makes you think, it's like if somebody had this ability, you know, to control a roach and bring it into, like, it made me think, I don't know why, but it made me think of like somebody actually being able to control this thing and see it through its eyes and then go into and observe like our location, like as if the inspector himself has this innate ability and uses this roach intentionally to find out like what is going on and how fast are we able to kill it. Like, it just made me think of like as that could be used as like a test of sorts. Like, how fast would you be able to find me? How fast would you be able to, you know, see where I'm coming from? And how fast would you be able to take me out before anybody else notices? Because that's one thing, man. Especially whenever you work at a restaurant. Is if you do find a roach, you have to make sure to kill it without anybody else noticing that what you just killed. You know, we're like the Men in Black in the restaurant business. And if you guys work have worked or are currently working in the restaurant business, you know what I'm talking about. If you see a bug, man, you gotta kill it, you gotta exterminate it without anybody else knowing what just happened, man. It never happened, and that's it. You know, you're on some Men in Black stuff, man. So, I don't know why this chapter made me think of that, but it really did. It really did, man. I really thought about how dangerous his ability could be. And what I love is the fact that, you know, just the acting that everyone's going on through this thing, man. It's so cool. So, what we know that Kurapika passes ability over here to Queen Oito. However, Queen Oito herself is doing quite an amazing job, man, of acting. My favorite part from her entire act was, let me see, it's on page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 on page 14 and 15, because the Viz Media has them like presented an adult page spread. But I love whenever, you know, Queen Oito, because she's acting it out, you know that this is something that almost anybody would immediately think of, like, you know, kill this thing, but not next to me, like take it somewhere else and kill it, because we just know that that's how people act, that's how people are. But my favorite part about her entire act was whenever she's overreacting over this roach, right? But it's a pretty damn big roach, man. Like, this thing, I mean, we've been in the Chimera Ant arc, guys. We've been in the Chimera Ant arc, man. These things shouldn't even cause fear in us, man. We've seen what kind of dangerous creatures there could be in terms of bugs and animals and whatnot, you know, with the Chimera Ant arc. But we see her in this bug, and apparently she's like, oh, so much has happened. I need to lay down, man. I need some air. You know, she's overreacting on you, man. She's like me after I'm reading a Kingdom chapter, and I'm like, bro, you know, Shimano will take the prince. So then she closes her eyes. She puts a little towelette over her head, man, like she's flipping, has a headache or a migraine, and she's, you know, laying back. But what I love about it is that now nobody, I mean, myself included, if something like this happened, I wouldn't. There would be like no thought in my head that she is the one that's controlling it. No thought in my head, because now her eyes are closed. Nobody's gonna think of it. Like, I just thought about myself in my situation. If I am Mitsui, which if you guys know what I'm talking about, man, the guy with the Mitsui hair from Slam Dunk. If I'm Mitsui over here, and I'm over here trying to, you know, think of like, what in the flying flagness are they trying to do here? Like, what are they trying to accomplish with all of this? Because there has to be like some sort of deeper meaning to it, right? But I'm looking at Queen Oito, and I'm like, you know, I can safely withdraw, because she seems like a normal human being. She's scared of the roach. She wants to get people to get rid of the roach, and once like there was a possibility of like it flying around and all this other crap, she's gonna lay down and she's gonna, you know, overreact or whatever. But you know, it's something that could happen, and you would not think that she's the one who was the one controlling it. And what I love about it is like, this is even a planned act, man. This is a shoot, and this happening right here on a spot, man. So big shout out to them. Now going on to Bill, bro. This man Bill is a troll. But what I love about it is, this man said, hello, I don't have any ability to catch any bugs alive. You're like, man, just word, bro, chill. Kurapika's telling him, like I used to tell, like, my little cousins, like, if you're a little sibling, I'm pretty sure this happened to you, and if you're an older sibling, I'm pretty sure that you have done this to one of your younger siblings. That doesn't, whenever you play, like, a multiplayer game, for me, for example, and back in the day, WWF, SmackDown, Know Your Role, as Super Smash Bros. Melee, F-Zero, Kirby's Air Ride, something around those lines, right? Where you would put in the controller, and like there's 2 or 3 or 4 controller ports depending on the system that you're playing on, and whenever you wanted your sibling to think like they were winning or something like that, you would unconnect or disconnect the second controller port. And then when the computer's playing and they think that they're doing all that damage, and they're getting hyped, man. They don't know that in reality you just took out the port, and so it's the computer playing instead of them. And I think that Kurapika had that happen in some way, shape, or form back in the day, man. You know, back in the day, because he came up with this junk on the spot, man. On the spot. He said, "Bill, come over here. We got this, man." And Bill, he doesn't even know, man. Like he doesn't know what Kurapika's plan. They have no way of communicating, you know, from brain to brain, man. But I love how he just plays it off. Bill plays it off like the actor that he is, man. No, you know, getting ready. There's no practice. You're going out there. This is a shoot, and that's it. That's it, man. So Kurapika on the spot states that he's a manipulator, and as the term implies, manipulators can control objects or living things. Right on the spot, he brings up the definition of manipulator, which automatically is going to give these guys who are just learning about Nen, it's going to be like, why would they even question it? You know, so here we go. Then Mitsui states that they're going to reveal their ability. What are they thinking? When his aura hits the bug, his power will be triggered. But Bill will discharge aura toward that roach. You can't see the aura, but we'll show you what he can do with it. And then here we go. Of course, it will be Queen Oito. This will throw them off. You know, they're all observing. They're all waiting. You know, all of it is on him. So here he goes. He yells. I mean, my boy is out here. He basically making fun of the entire, you know, yelling your attack before saying it, man. Shout out to the Kamehamehas, the Gomu Gomu no Jetto pistols, even in this series with Gon yelling Jajan Ken, Goo, John, Ken, you know, something around those lines, you know? And yelling your ability. My boy goes out here like he's controlling a stand. Well, he technically could be, but he's not. He goes, here I go, man. He pulls out his hand, man. He's like me whenever I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was young, man. And I'll be like, I summon thee. And I would start like repeating everything that Merrick said in the show, man. Like the entire Winged Dragon of Ra speech, man. I would just bring out the card, and like all of us, like it would be like that connection to where we're actually seeing the Winged Dragon of Ra come out, or you know, I was more of a Slifer guy as a kid, but as I grew older, man, Winged Dragon of Ra was my guy. But anyways, whenever I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh, man, and like he's being all extra and whatnot, you know, just pulling up the card, man, yelling with your ability, man, like, I summon, and you throw your card down there, man, you're getting hyped, and then they pull out a trap card and you get depressed, like it's those type of acting skills that you need, man. You need to have fun in life, man. So here comes Bill, man. He's ready. He looks like he's been playing with toy helicopters since he was 2. Z was 2, man. I mean, he's hype. He knows exactly what he has to do. So he goes out here. The mechanical dolphin's behind him, man. Only Kurapika and I can see the stealth dolphin. Whether they have Nen or not, everyone will see it as Bill using an ability. Facts. So, Lady Oito, I'm ready anytime. Look at this. Sending aura. Sending aura. Who says that, bro? Sending aura. And he goes in there and he freaking pushes and he's like, come forth, winged dragon of Ra. And he's throwing like he's freaking Ash Ketchum, man. Like, I choose you. And he states sending aura. Like, who says that, bro? Sending aura. Sending aura. Get out of here, bro. That to me was the funniest line in the entire chapter. I mean, who says that type of stuff, bro? Sending aura. I mean, he's like, bro, he's flicking the wrist, man. Dude. That part had me dying of laughter, man. And the greatest part is just the way that it just worked, bro. He's like, Rah! And then you see that Nen pushes out and it actually controls the roach. And I love how this next part I absolutely love as well. So let's go ahead and go into whenever he actually has the roach under control, and so he gets the pen, and you know she has the towel over her head, so you know no one, even myself, I would have been like, no, F it, Bill, this is Bill's ability. If I wasn't reading the series, I would be thinking this is Bill's ability. That's just how good their acting is in the situation. So here we go, the roach is right there, and now I love how not only is he telling them, but he's kind of like telling Queen Oito's like a command type of feature. Like a sort of voice command type of, okay, do this, do that, do that. But he's also telling them what he's about to do, so that whenever it does it, they know that it's coming from him. However, it's not coming from him, it's coming from Queen Oito. So I love the way that Togashi played this off. Like a voice command feature. So we see on the top panel, we see the roach, and then we see Queen Oito with a towel over her head. Now, this tells Bill, well, she can't see me, so I'm going to have to say something. But at the same time, when I'm saying something, I have to do like an instructor type of thing, so that way I can also teach these guys as well. They show them of what I'm about to do. But then she'll end up doing it anyway. So I love it, man. Here we go. I've never seen a roach fly before. And then he says, fly, first flying clockwise. And then, you know, Queen Oito hears that. It makes the roach go like that. Vertically like a Ferris wheel. You know, she's thinking about that in her mind. She can already envision the roach. She doesn't have to see it. And then figure 8 sideways. So Queen Oito is hearing these like a voice command type of thing. And to me, it's so cool, man. It's so cool how they're able to do that. Because, you know, you just, if you're not reading the Hunter x Hunter, if you're inside of here, how in the world can you possibly, you know, think that it's Oito? Like, how, man? Like, it's crazy. I loved that scene. I loved it because, like I said before, he's both fooling them, but also asking her what to do at the same exact time. Like, and they're doing this on the spot, guys. On the spot. There was no rehearsal. There was no practice. I mean, these guys are out here shooting on the spot. And to me, it's crazy. To me, it's absolutely insane. So, yeah, man. And then let's go ahead and see... what they call it, that's a big question. The short answer, yes, it is possible. So then he states specifically it'll take 2 weeks to learn the basics. Those will reduce the risks of being defenseless against an attack. Are you going to coach everyone? Yes, on one condition. Tell all the princes and let them decide if they want to participate. Kurapika wants to be in control of the knowledge that everyone is going to be getting. So I do wonder who, you know, what princes are actually going to want to participate in this, you know, gathering knowledge of Den. However, this is the thing. Some of these princes, like Tedesnitch and whatnot, are already learning Nen. So that's already going to be like a, you know, I don't need you. I'm learning it on my own with Theta. So we'll see how that goes. That's how far he'd go to force a stalemate. This is one tricky customer, all right. There's no mistake that Kurapika's calling all the shots. The fact that they let the cockroach out through the vents means Bill's ability can use captured animals as recon. And I love how he's already just thinking of this, man. Though he still thinks it's Bill's ability, you know, it's still, he's catching on to all of it. He's catching on to, you know, everything of how it could be used and what situation. And I love it. I have to find out Kurapika's ability next. Bambina, which is Mitsui, he's using N over the entire room. He's quite skilled. He probably knows what Bill's doing. He might come upon the possibility that the queen was using the ability. How will this change his behavior? And that's so true. That's what, but he doesn't. He still thinks it's Bill's ability. That's how good their acting is. So here comes Roach, going through the vents, man. That's some Solid Snake stuff. First, 13th Prince Mariam confirmed the Nen Beast and verified distribution and placement of guards and servants. So here it comes. It flies out through the wall, and just like you would see it in the middle of like a restaurant like mine, it comes out of the vent and it starts going on the wall, man. And like it just made you think, it's like somebody could be controlling this, man. If it was the real world, somebody could be using reconnaissance to see how we're doing and how fast can we kill it and that kind of stuff. So here it's in front of the Dragon Tales monster, man. Shout out to Dragon Tales, and that is where this week's chapter of Hunter x Hunter ends. Pretty solid chapter of Hunter x Hunter this week. Just a lot of fun to read overall. The whole Oito and Bill had me dying of laughter. They're such good actors, man. But we're moving the plot forward, and I like it, man. I like it. It looks like there's no hiatus in sight, and it makes me really, really happy to say that. So this week's chapter of Hunter x Hunter, you know, was a solid sauce of a chapter, but a really, really fun chapter to read, and I can't wait to see more from the Dragon Tales Nen Beast next week. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Shout out to the Roach playing Reconnaissance, man. And it's out here. It's going in like somewhere. Their acting is on point, man. Voice commands and everything. So it was so cool. I really, really enjoyed this week's chapter. Just, you know, because we haven't seen something like this before. This is like a brand new way to see like how Nen can be utilized and how we can trick other people while also using Nen who've never seen it before, or who know what it is, but they're not like really well versed in it. So it's awesome, and I really like it, and it makes you think. It makes you think about if this type of situation is actually happening in the real world. But I will see you guys next time. Have an awesome day, Hunter x Hunter greatness. And next time, I don't think it's going to be a chapter video. I think I have another video planned for you guys for Hunter x Hunter. So until then, have an awesome day. The greatness, man. Shout out to Bill for being a godly actor, man. My boy was me back in the Yu-Gi-Oh days, man.